The chair recognizes the Honorable Representative Paul Clemente.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I request Jeff Irwin's time as well, if that's okay. That would only cause trouble for me, so we'll well, first of all, I want to thank my wife, my family. My wife found a dirty stone in the ground, and she picked that stone up and polished it up, and you see that polished stone in front of you today. And I want to thank my kids who said I should run for this office. They thought I'd be good at it, and I only hope I can be the father that they deserve. I'm going to go through a few thank yous. I want to thank my cousin Ed, who was the previous rep. He probably gave me the best advice of all when I mentioned I might run for the seat that he was currently in. His advice was, don't do it, you will regret it. He said, but if you decide to, I'll support you. And after I had the opportunity, I won the primary, he reminded me, he said, look, you're one of 150, you're nothing special. If you can't get your vote, they'll get someone else's vote. So that kind of put a good perspective for me on where we landed. Also want to thank my father, 90 years old, going to be 91 in February, World War II vet. Was in, so appropriate today with the Pearl Harbor Memorial. He was on the island hopping campaign, and I'm still fortunate to have him at 90. He was during his time on Okinawa, his father, my grandfather, wrote him a letter and said, Joe, I'm thinking of selling the family restaurant. And my dad returned the letter and said, don't sell it quite yet. If I come home, I might decide I want to run it. Well, I was fortunate he did come home. And with the exception of you guys having to bear the burden of me, he had a wonderful family and as well. And I also want to say thank my mother, who's still with me, 87 years old. She followed a great proportion of what I would call the love him and shove him form of mothering. Lots of love, but the kick in the pants when I needed it. So those are where my thank yous are. In general, everyone here I want to thank as well. Lobby Corps, everyone on the rostrum. Jeff Farrington, where are you? Okay, I have a question, Jeff. Okay. Also, Tony Forlini, I just want to tell you, before I met you, I had no idea Italians lived in Macomb County. And probably the best advice I got of all in judiciary was from my seatmate, Jeff Irwin. I was sitting next to him, and I said, boy, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know what I'm going to do. And he said, well, he goes, just vote with me, and you'll be okay on everything. And I'd also like to congratulate the leadership of both sides. Leader Cotter, I want to congratulate you for holding together what was a very independent caucus and getting PAs through. So you just did a fantastic job. I also want to congratulate Rep. Greimel. You stood like a block of granite against a relentless tide. You stood your ground unperturbed while holding fast to our democratic values. When I saw that, it really made me proud to be a Democrat. Thank you. But also I want to tell you that the road to victory lies through seat 110. Last of all, I just want to thank everyone who prayed for me during my tribulations last summer. I was never alone. In the darkest room, I never felt alone. Your prayers, your thoughts were there. The flowers, everything. It really gave me pause. The only problem is that when I came back, I'm typically used to standing ovations well after I leave a room, not when I enter a room. To my seatmates, my first seatmate, Brandon Dillon. Brandon, you were a real true believer. The force was strong with you, no question. And and then also my seatmate on the right, also my speechwriter, John Alumba. he gave me a speech. I had to do some heavy editing on it, but this is what you see today. And lastly, our Democratic standard bearer, my seatmate Roy Schmidt. I miss you. Our thing could have been something special. Moving on, I just like last two things. I want to thank probably the biggest caucus in this building. It's the Big Boy Supper Club. Okay, we call ourselves the Big Tent Caucus. Unfortunately, that big tent is our suits, and so. But it was great fun, and as you know, my friend Andrea, being a big boy is not your waist size; it's your state of mind. And we always, as Senator Hune says, we like to have the skinnies around once in a while too. You know, what if we need a toothpick? So again, I just want to thank everyone. I've had a wonderful experience. Please be kind to the person who's going to represent the 14th District after me. I've known her for a little while, and she's a pretty good lady. Again, thank you. I'm so proud to have served with each one of you that came in with me. I'm so much better off having known every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Clemente.